Welcome back, y'all. I want to believe I fixed all my tech problems, okay? The rules are pretty simple. You get 40 minutes to recreate a data visualization. I provide you the data visualization you recreate. You get the data set.
You've got mail.
After 40 minutes, I judge and I rank based off who I think did best. 1, 2, and 3. Chat, you get to vote. If it comes down to a tiebreaker, which it does quite often, we go to an image accuracy comparison tool. The winner of that Viz Buzz match gets a $20 Amazon gift card. All right, y'all. Let's see what they Viz Buzz tonight. Okay, sea level. Sea level. This is the data viz that they're going to be recreating. They have less than 40 seconds to look at it. Take a look at the data, load all the data in, and then we will begin the timer, and they will get going. And we're off, chat. So we're seeing the screen from Kwong here in our studio. We'll see how he does in terms of replicating this data visualization. Monthly sea ice average extent from 1979 to now. Jordan Wilhelm here. Winner is what he wants to be referred to. This is a collab session. You were familiar with collab. And Tim, our third contestant here. This is Tim, also big time regular and now big time player in the Viz Buzz universe. Look at this plot that they have up right here. This is sea levels in the hemisphere over the course from 1979 to 2019. You can see how the sea ice extent kind of drops as a global phenomenon, but there's also local trends month to month here. So each plot, you're plotting each month, but each month has a time series over January's in a particular year. February's in a particular year, so on and so forth. This is a faceted plot, a faceted grid. You can see Kwong right now working on a faceted plot with the data. Tim Keller here, you can see he has a line plot. He has it over a year. Now it's just a matter of time before he figures out how to facet it and also get all those aesthetics correct. We do see Kwong getting pretty close in terms of replicating the data viz. Remember, the data viz that we're looking for is this one. We're looking for a faceted plot over months. And Kwong is getting dastardly close here. We are looking at Data Dude's notebook here. It looks like he is getting the facet grid here. He has he's doing this all through Seaborn in this case. Some of the logic here in terms of the columns, he's doing this by month. He's splitting up by month, which is correct. We do have some inconsistency, not exactly like what we're seeing over here. We'll see how Data Dude ends up shoring this up. Tim does have his plot, his line plot here over the years. He is also still trying to figure out the subplot. He is trying to work the subplots into the matplotlib framework, so he does have his subplots here. There's a particular call he is missing here. We'll see if he catches that call and is able to plot this line plot as we go through. Let's go back over to Kwong. Kwong is pretty close here. Again, he doesn't have all the elements perfectly. He is trying to get 100% at this point. Remember, if this was like an any percent, we might have called it, but this is a 100% speed run, y'all. Every element counts, labeling counts, text counts, colors count, everything you can do to replicate exactly what this data viz is supposed to be telling us. You know those like cups? There's like a particular cup that has this like color. It's like blue and this particular like sea foam color. What's that logo? 90s jazz Dixie cup. What? How did you know that? How is this just a thing you knew? That's wild. That's what this graph reminds me of. Data Dude. It looks like he is trying to do some aggregation. We'll see if he's trying to plot two elements on his graph, from what it seems. He is running the graph right now. Let's see what ends up coming out here. Okay. Line plot with a black background of a gray grid. Kwong is, again, trying to match these elements exactly. It looks like he might have some issues with ordering right now, and it looks like he might be trying to shore that up right here as he's typing in hard-coding the months, but he did have the correct order not long ago. It looks like it is trying to order it by what seems to be alphabetical order right now in terms of month, which unfortunately when you're working with date time and it's particular to month, it comes out as string and not as date time. But now he has hard-coded that in, and we are looking at Jordan Wilhelm's screen, who is trying to figure out how to do this exactly with how we plot the means. And he's trying to figure out a way to get that mean to plot on each of the subplots, and is just one hell of a time. He gets a few of them to move, but he's unsure about ordering, it looks like, I'm guessing. We'll see if this ends up being a place where he might ditch it in order for other elements, or if he's going to keep going for this until he gets through it. Tim Keller looking for a matplotlib bar plot and seeing if he could figure out a way to perhaps include or color over the bars that he's currently using. Maybe he's going to use a bar as an element item, as an aesthetic item, as opposed to an actual item to plot with. Perhaps he's trying to go over some of the elements that he's trying. Now, Kwong is looking at trying to mess with the colors here. You think he had a color picker tool out, but now it looks like he's gone away from it and he's trying to figure out a different color picker tool. He was looking for fonts, but it looks like he's also gone away from fonts. Tim Keller here, he is also trying to figure out the aesthetics. Oh, here, set face color of the axis. That is how he's doing it. So he's creating a gray face color for his axis, for his plot. And he is close in terms of element. We'll see if he ends up using a color picker to find all the other colors. It looks like he is trying to just use the matplotlib colors. Jordan Wilhelm here trying to also plot more titles, more elements. He is happy with the data. I'm wondering if he's thinking about anything in terms of trying to make the width and the height of his graphs different, squeeze into different ways. And Tim Keller is also looking to plot specific elements. It looks like he has changed his gray color and he has included what looks to be a white grid line over the top of it. If we are looking at the original, I'm not necessarily seeing any of those particular elements, but perhaps he's trying to do something else. So, you know, there may be method in the madness here. I'm excited to see all of these down to the finish line here. Kwong is so close. He might even be. He is just throwing this into the chat already. He is calling it for himself. Tim also trying to get to the finish line. He does have a lot of these elements correct. Let's see if he ends up calling it here or if he ends up trying to keep on going. It looks like he does have some title setting he's going to try to do. It's going to be very close. Going over here, we also see Jordan submitting his entry. 23 seconds left to go. He has called it and he does have something very accurate. Is it enough, though? Is it enough? We are going down to the wire here. Pencils down very soon. 5 seconds to go. Tim is trying to... And that is it. It is pencils down. Shut up. Here is the poll. You could click this at the top and you could vote. Who do you think did the best? This is Kwong's plot. This is Kwong's plot, and this is the original. So if you're interested in voting for Kwong, you could click Kwong here. If you're interested in voting for Jordan, here's Jordan's plot. And here's the original, so if you want to vote Jordan, you could feel free to vote Jordan. And if you're interested in voting Tim's plot, this was Tim's replication here. Here's Tim's plot. And here is the original. Let's load that in. It looks like the winner is going to be Kwong with 13 votes. Tim, second place, and Jordan in third. So that's 10 points to Kwong. Tim will have 6 points and Jordan will have 2. That's actually also the same voting that I have. Do we want to see, chat, how accurate everyone was? I think everyone wants to see did Kwong 100% this or not. Let's do it. So only pictures here was 12.9%. There you go, 12.9. Let's go with Jordan. 15.15! I'm guessing it's because of size. Like, here's Kwong's. Kwong's at 12.9. I don't make the rules, okay? Tim got 12.6. Kwong does win. Remember Kwong, if you want that $20 gift certificate, that Amazon card, please send me a message. Okay, let's load in the next group. Let's see what Viz y'all will be doing tonight. Oh no. I'm gonna give this to you guys because we rolled it. If there was gonna be a squad that could do this one, it would be y'all. This truly is a Super Bowl caliber data viz. This is what they're trying to replicate. All right, it could have been any of the 15 data viz available. This is what we landed on, and timer starts now. Good luck, chat. Good luck, contestants. Oh my goodness. Again, I swear I'm not an evil person. If there was gonna be a bomb squad, I think this would be the team, okay? D-Rob, Tanho, NS Champs. This is an extremely pretty data visualization. It is data driven. The data is available completely in the data set that they have access to right now. We will see how they end up trying to replicate all of these different elements. Remember, it's a lot of elements, and we're looking at data. Look at D-Rob's. I'm sorry, D-Rob. I'm so sorry that this is the data viz, but this is a challenge. NS Champs in here. NS Champs is actually going to be using Tableau for this. We're going to see it. This is our first Tableau user. I am so stoked. I am so freaking stoked that we have someone who's not using R or Python. Ghetto Bob put in chat, I just finished my data viz for this. It is this. Wow. Way to go. Way to go. Way to go, Ghetto Bob. Over here with D-Rob. D-Rob already has some of these different line elements. Remember, we are trying to replicate this data visualization here. And so D-Rob already has some of these. You could see like some of these elements, even in the plot that D-Rob is doing. You can see that that's still coming out even with just straight lines. So that movement towards the data that we're playing. Remember, this is data visualization. It's not just about the way we see data on a plot, but it's the way we're communicating data visualization as well. So seeing this from D-Rob, this is encouraging that even though this plot does look kind of like a disaster zone of elements, it is possible. NS Champs looks like he is trying to still aggregate through some data before he starts throwing it onto the dashboard here. It looks like Tan actually has some of these background elements plotted first. It actually kind of threw me off that this was so correct in terms of color already. But he does have some of the size in terms of each of the scatter elements already on there. So working from the scatter plot element first instead of from the line element first. So here we are with D-Rob. It looks like he is trying to figure out a way to overlap some of these sizes and try to get the effect of the flower here, which is this, right? He's trying to figure out how do we overlay certain different circle elements, marker elements, in order to represent a flower shape. So it looks like maybe he might be working his way there. Tan trying to figure out, again, looks like he has this geom curve element. Maybe geom curve will give him that bend in his lines. Plotting it right now. Let's see what Tan looks like here. Oh, and here we are with this line plot. This is okay. That doesn't look exactly like what it should look like, but you know, it is on its way. Here's D-Rob with a bend. Oh, he does have some. This looks kind of like a like integral signs. He does have a bend in his plot element here. So D-Rob is inching his way to accuracy. Let's go back over to NS Champs, who's doing this in Tableau. It looks like he is trying to Google logistic regression. We'll see what this ends up getting him. It might be some sort of a bend in the function, which is what he's trying to replicate. Remember, he's not looking this up just because he's trying to aggregate data. No, he's actually trying to look this up in terms of how to bend his elements, and maybe he's trying to think of a way to do that using a logistic regression. Let's go over to Tan. Tan does have bends in his graphs, but they tend to kind of go the other way. We're getting a lot closer than what I thought we would get at all. People really focus on the bends here for these lines, which is aesthetically pleasing. But again, I'm unsure how accurate we are for all these other elements. Remember, we have like some of these poppy elements. We do have some other different coloring elements. We have different labeling elements. We'll see how far we get with Tan here. Let's go back over to NS Champ's screen because he was doing something pretty interesting. He's trying to take each element and then he's going to use this as a marker, and then he was going to scale perhaps each of these markers for his data visualization. So this is an interesting way to go about it. Rather than trying to plot this all from his own single markered elements, he's going to create this one image and scale it as an image on the plot. You know, I think D-Rob's already saying to himself that I'm pretty happy with how my splines or lines are looking. I now just want to start plotting this more accurately for all the different elements for the markers. He's getting really close, and I don't want to give away the surprise that there is something really interesting he's doing with the y-axis and that y-axis is a correct view. Let's go back over to NS Champs, who looks like he is back in his Tableau dashboard. He has selected his background color. Now he's getting to work here. I'm really interested to see how he does it, chat. Here we go. He's plotting tan. Let's see what he ends up getting. He does have these poppy elements, but they're not transparent in the background, so it looks like just a bunch of images. Let's see if he ends up finding a way to create that. NS Champs here, he has the labeling here. Again, we're trying to see if he ends up gonna, if he can put those lines in there, he would get a lot closer, but he's saving the best maybe for last. We only have 2 minutes left to go. Let's go back over to D-Rob's screen. D-Rob's so close with this. Look how close D-Rob is. He is so close. He's getting this warning. He keeps getting this warning here. He keeps end up running his code into this particular warning. I wonder if he has identified where it's coming from, and that's why we're seeing some of the more in-depth code right here. Less than a minute to go, and this Champs is still trying to figure out each of these elements. He's going piece by piece here, and still no lines on the plot. Less than 30 seconds to go. I wonder how he's gonna try to finish this one up. D-Rob is running into an error right here. He only has 15 seconds to do this, and before he ends up having to send a plot over to me, so this was actually pretty concerning here. Let's see if he ends up getting this. He needs a plot here. And we're done with it. Pencils down. Let's see where everyone ended up, chat. This, replicating this data visualization right here. Here is D-Rob's. This is the original. Here is Tan's. This is the original. And here is NS Champs. Our champ tonight in match 2 is D-Rob. D-Rob with 10 points. 10 coming in second place with 6 points. Kyle with 2 points. I also had him ranked the same way. D-Rob with 10, 10, 6, and Kyle 2. Let's start with D-Rob. D-Rob's accuracy here tonight. D-Rob with 23.66 accuracy to the original tonight. Let's go over to Tan here. 23.3. Let's see if we get any surprises for NS Champs. Needs to be 26, 14.5. Okay, so the accuracy itself is what we thought it was. It is the same order. We end tonight, D-Rob getting a hat trick here. But thank you for another night of Viz Buzz, y'all. Thank you to our competitors. If you are here for Viz Buzz, please hit the follow on Twitter, join the Discord, but have a good night, y'all.